Suppose you've recently inherited a home in Idaho, or you're helping a family member handle a loved one's estate. In that case, there's a legal process you need to understand before you can sell or transfer that property. It's called probate, and it's something that still catches a lot of families off guard. Probate is the court process that legally transfers a person's assets such as real estate, vehicles, and bank accounts after they pass away. It makes sure any debts are paid and that ownership is officially transferred to the rightful heirs. A few weeks ago, a client of mine contacted me after her father passed away. She wanted to list his home, but when we checked the title, his name was still on it. The county clerk explained that before she could sell, the property had to go through probate. That delay added a few extra months to the process simply because no one realized probate was required. To help you avoid the same situation, here's what you need to know about probate in Idaho. Probate is usually required if real estate is involved. If the person who passed away owned a home or land in their name, Idaho law requires that the property go through probate before it can be sold or transferred. The same applies if the total value of their estate exceeds $100,000. However, if everything was jointly owned, such as a house shared by a married couple, or had named beneficiaries, probate might not be needed. The court appoints someone to handle the estate. The probate process begins when a family member or the executor named in the will files paperwork with the county court. The court then appoints a personal representative to manage the estate. The personal representative is responsible for securing the property, notifying heirs and creditors, and paying any debts, taxes, and expenses. Once those tasks are complete, the remaining assets are going to be transferred to the rightful heirs or beneficiaries. If there is a will, the court ensures that the instructions are followed. If there is no will, Idaho's inheritance law determines who is going to receive the estate. Real estate cannot be sold until probate is complete. This is where many families run into problems. Even if you're ready to sell the property, the title cannot be transferred until the court authorizes it. Once probate is finished, the court is going to issue documents that legally transfer ownership to the heirs. After that, then the property can be sold, it can be refinanced, or kept in the family with a clear title. If the property was jointly owned, such as between spouses, ownership is usually going to pass directly to the surviving spouse without having to probate. Idaho offers two shortcuts that can simplify the process. The first option is the small estate affidavit. This applies when the total estate value is less than $100,000 and does not include real estate. Heirs can use a signed affidavit to collect the deceased person's assets 30 days after their passing instead of opening a full probate case. The second option is summary administration for the surviving spouse. This applies when the deceased person's spouse is the only heir. In this case, Idaho law allows a faster process that transfers all assets directly to the surviving spouse. This simplified process can often be completed within a few weeks. Plan ahead to avoid delays. If you own property in Idaho, creating a will or placing real estate in a living trust can make things much easier for your family. These steps can reduce delays and help avoid unnecessary court costs. Probate law is not designed to make things harder. It is there to protect families and ensure property is transferred legally. Knowing how it works and planning ahead can save a lot of time, stress, and money. If you have inherited a home or are planning to sell a property that is in probate, you can reach out to me today. I can help you understand your options. I can connect you with trusted probate professionals and make sure your sale stays on track from start to finish. As always, I'm Chris Schmalz with the Chris Schmalz Real Estate Group, where moves are made simple and life is made better.